light come on there, is that all right?
Yeah.
Is it on? Oh, it's on. Oh, okay.
Want me to say anything now?
Sure.
Theron was my fourth child, and he was always a go-getter. He wanted to make money was his main object and everything he wanted to do. And we used to help him out when we could. We bottled up honey, quart jars. He used to go out and peddle them from house to house. A lot of people bought it because they said he was so darn cute and I liked his eyes and his honesty. So he sold honey right and left, peddle it out quart jars. He'd take a wagon and go out and sell it. And he was when his mother was killed, while he was at the store when it happened. He saw the guy rode away on a bicycle, and he run in there and found that she'd been shot. She was taken to the hospital. She only lasted about 4 hours and passed away. But Theron was right there when that all happened. And he knows all about the circumstances. Sure, just about broke the whole family up when that happened. My first wife, Theron was the fourth child. And he always was good at making money, and he'd help around home when he could and everything else. And Alfred Wendell left, and Frank left, why Theron stuck around.
No, he didn't, Dad. He was in the Air Force.
He went to the Air Force too, and then he come back after being in the Air Force. He came back. He sure enjoyed him very much around the home.
Okay. Now I want to say, hi, Theron, and happy birthday. Oh, it was after he hit his foot with the axe. He was chopping wood or something. I don't know what he was doing.
Theron was also chopping wood one time, and he was home here chopping wood, and we was at the state food mart, and they called me home. And he cut his foot with an axe, and we come home and took care of it for him. You had to tell your story.
Okay, I'll tell mine. Hi, Theron. Happy birthday, son. We love you, and I want to tell you about an incident. I found a paper once a long time ago, years and years ago. I found a little scrap of paper. It was written by you. You wrote out a note to some kid. He was borrowing a nickel, and he had to pay interest on that nickel when he paid you back. I had a lot of good laughs over that. No, I don't know how much he paid back. I don't know when he paid it back. All I know is I found that scrap of paper that had that note.
Promissory, it was a note.
Yeah, it was a note for a nickel, promising to pay back the nickel with interest. Oh, that was something else. That shows Theron's business mind, right? Okay, I had to tell that. That's one of my favorite stories about Theron. Also, Theron could sell anything. I think he could sell refrigerators to Eskimos up there, in Alaska. He could sell anything. He sold stuff from the time, I don't remember what you guys were doing at Ryman's that time. Down there at Ryman's on 4th West, you and Frank and Alfred, I think Alfred too, went down to Ryman's to work all the time, and you'd sell stuff. I think it was rhubarb.
Rhubarb, yeah.
You sold for Ryman down there on 4th West. You guys would go out and sell that. You name it, you sold it. I think you sold about everything there is. When you get good deals, you bring them around here and let me in on them, okay? Well, I don't really know too much about Theron. He was 9 years old when I knew him, when I first met him. When I first met him, all I could think of was his eyes. Everybody noticed his eyes, his great big long eyelashes and his big blue eyes.
Another thing about Theron, he was a great singer. and he'd take the lead in songs and everything else in the tabernacle. He used to stand there in the front to sing, and he'd have the leading part. When his voice changed, why he wasn't quite as good a singer as this, but I wish I had some recordings of him when he was young. One time he took the leading part in Prophet Joseph, and he was the leading character, and he sang the most beautiful, had the most beautiful voice when he was young. And,
well, he still does.
And another thing, too, one time Ella, his mother, she had a program all fixed up to be on the program and sing a song. I pick any.
I don't know that. Pickaninny baby?
Baby, yes. And she had him all, she was all blacked up, and he was all blacked up, and she stood before the audience and sang that song, and he just laughed, and he'd throw his hands around, and he enjoyed it as much as she did. And he'd make the audience laugh, and then they had him come back 3 or 4 times for encore, and he just tickled himself to death. He wave his hands around. He was a little child, very small child at that time, and he was all blacked up, and boy, he just laughed, and everybody, that song went over just great. And Theron participated in just as well as his mother. I remember that real well.
I want to tell one about his singing too, okay? Yeah, one time he sang a song in the tabernacle, and I heard 2 ladies talking in front of me. And one lady said, "That little boy sings just like an angel." She said, "He's got a voice just like an angel." And he did. He had a beautiful soprano voice. Boy, I'm puffed all up, you know. I wanted to tell her that was my boy, but she was too far away for me to get to her. I thought that was pretty neat. Too bad, Theron, we didn't have recorders then.
Well, where's Theron born at? Where was he born at? What city?
Where was Theron born, Dad?
Salt Lake City.
No, he wasn't.
Where was he born?
He was still born in Idaho. Ruth was the first one born here in Salt Lake.
Well, I guess he was born
Boise?
in Idaho.
Was it Boise or Emmett?
Emmett.
You sure it was
I don't know. It might have been Boise. I don't remember. You had to look on his certificate to find out.
Oh, gee whiz. I think it was in Boise, because you moved from Boise when you came to Salt Lake.
Was it Grace? Was it...
No. They lived in Emmett, and they also lived in Boise.
Emmett, yeah. He was born in Emmett. That's right.
Was he born in Emmett?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was before my time.
We had a midwife, and she took care of him. She done a good job of him when he was born. There were some pretty hard times at that time, but we pulled through. And then Naomi, after Al was killed, Naomi, Louise and I got married.
Huh? What other 2?
No.
No, don't.
And he knew, Naomi, Louise's sister, knew him very well. She sure thought a lot of Theron.
Well, he's going to get her on tape. You don't have to tell about that.
No.
What brought you guys to Salt Lake? How did he...
Well, we moved, we wanted to come to Salt Lake to live, and we moved down out of Boise, and we had a trailer behind a Buick car we had at that time, and we moved all of our stuff down here, and then we bought a place over on 4th West.
Wait a minute, tell them what you moved it on, a great big old flatbed trailer.
Great big old flatbed trailer, and we moved it on everything on that, and we bought that place over on 3490 South 4th West. Then we had a chance after that. Actually, that's why we sold that place and bought this place, 3460 South 9th East, here, and helped us in the moving and everything else.
Yeah, now how old was Theron then? Let's see. We've been here since 40. 44.
Louder.
We've been here since 44, so that means it's been 38 years ago. 38 years ago that we moved here, since we moved here. Last September. 38 years ago in September. Oh, wow. That's a long time in one house.
Well, how was Theron in school? Do you remember?
Theron was good in school, you know? He was. He was good in school.
Good and smart in school. Good in arithmetic.
Whatever he wanted to be good in, you know? And, oh, here's another thing about Theron. He used to play Zorro, okay? He used to play Zorro, and when he took a bath, he'd play in the tub. Nobody could get in the bathroom for hours because he was playing Zorro in there. Man, all the things that Zorro did. You know, it was so funny. And he talked in his sleep.
Still does, I think.
Oh, I don't know if he does. Does he now?
He does.
Yeah, well, he talked in his sleep a lot. He's the only one I remember talked in his sleep. And one night, he was laughing his head off, you know, in the middle of the night. And I thought, what is going on, you know? And he says, get that in there. Move that coal in there. Faster, faster. Get that coal in there. Faster, faster. It's so funny. I told him about it in the morning. He was dreaming about filling the coal bin, you know, here in the house. Move that coal in there. Faster, faster. Oh, it was funny. He said a lot of funny things. I don't remember them anymore. But he loves to joke. Theron's our clown, you know. Theron and Judd and Kevin likes to tell jokes too. He's something else too. But Dad calls Theron Kevin half the time, you know. And he calls Kevin Theron. So, oh, it's crazy. Doesn't your dad do that? Doesn't Theron do that with his kids?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Anything else you can remember right off your top of your head?
I don't remember anything else.
No,
A lot of things he did, of course. Everyday life, everybody does. You can't remember everything in detail.
Right.
No, but then there's some, you know, just a few funny things like that thrown a little bit.
Right, that is true.
When we got the theater out there, why, he was one of my projectionists. And
And Theron was a good
very good projectionist. He run the machines, just do a good job. He bought the theater one time, was going to take it and run it, but he finally gave it up.
That's right. He ran the theater for a while.
And he had to give it up because it wasn't, I don't think it was big enough for him. He had to do things in a bigger way than that, so he quit the theater and he run the machines up there all the time for me. It's like Alfred and Frank and all of them.
All the way down the line.
Down the line, Louise even run the machines. But Theron did a bang-up job of running all the machines. He was a real projectionist.
Okay, is there anything in the not so far future or past that you can remember, just maybe a few years ago, or?
We don't see much of Theron anymore.
You don't see him very often. He comes and sees me once in a while. Kind of steps in and sees us. He don't stay very long in the room because he's really on the go all the time.
But I do remember one day, though, when Theron came. Remember, Dad? Theron came and took me to dinner, to lunch. And we had a nice little visit. Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Took me to lunch. It was about a year or two ago. And that was real nice. We sat and talked about the past and everything for, I don't know, over an hour. Guess the waitress thought we were never leaving. Never going to leave. Hey, Theron, you want a job? You want to come run the projectors? I need a good projectionist, a good one.
Well, what do you think of Theron nowadays? Now that
Well, I think he's done very well. I think Theron's done very well. You've done real good, Theron. We're proud of you. You've really made a success of what you went after, and your TP enterprises became a reality. You used to mark it all down and draw a TP and everything. You had it all figured out years before you were done.
He was a child. He used TP for his selling honey and stuff like that. He used TP for his company. Imagine there was a company and he used TP, and he stayed with that TP ever since. He uses that all the time, and he's always advertising and all his business dealings. And that was all started out when he was a little bit of a hardly able to walk much. Went out and sold honey and stuff like that. They made up that TP
Dad, what
business.
else did he sell? He sold everything. Didn't he sell flower seeds and stuff?
Yeah,
too?
flower seeds and different things. Birthday cards and everything he'd get his hands on, he would be selling.
Well, I guess that's about all, huh?
Okay.
I imagine there'll be things come too after I left here that he did that will come to me, but that's the main things that I stood out in his life to me.
Okay. Well, did he date much as a teenager?
Oh, Theron had a little black book with a whole bunch of numbers in it. He had to throw that away when he got married. I guess he threw it away, or maybe he put it in a little black box someplace. He's got it hidden somewhere. But he really had a book full of numbers, let me tell you. Well, he was such a good-looking guy, you know, that he didn't have any problems
Yeah,
getting dates.
he met up with Jean, and then he got married. And after he got married, why, he believed that.
Huh?
Anything about their marriage?
No, I don't think you better say anything about that. Who knows who's going to get hold of that tape, you know?
Better not say anything about that, I guess.
Okay. Is there anything about dating my mom that you remember that?
Well, I don't remember much about that, you know,
He was
because...
up at the hotel when that happened. Wasn't he, Louise?
No, he was not. He was in the Air Force, gosh darn it.
When he dated his mother, Jean.
Yeah, he dated Jean. He dated a lot of other girls, too, you know. But,
When he come back, he did that, didn't
it
he?
was... No, heck no. He married Jean while he was in the Air Force, didn't he? I think he was still in the Air Force when he got
I
married.
don't remember whether he married when I was in or when he come back, or what.
See, it's been so many years ago now. Wait a minute. He got married when, heck, let's see, David is a year younger than Deanna. He got married when I was pregnant with Deanna. Didn't he? What month did he get married?
June,
didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Deanna was born in August, see. He got married in 1953. So he'll be married 30 years this year. Yeah.
And he.
And then David was born in July of the next year, see. He's a year younger than Deanna. That's how I can keep track of Theron, because I have to always associate dates with things that I'm real familiar with. And then the next year, did Alfred get married? No, Alfred got married the year before. The year before Theron. Because Georgine is just a month younger than Deanna. So, yeah, he got married a year before your dad. But anyway, see, you gotta stop and think about these things. You get all confused and mixed up about the dates, you know? It's easy to get mixed up. And it's amazing how much you forget about, you know?
Yep, it is. That's why I wanted to film it all now, so it's.
Yeah, Jean's his mother.
Sure, Jean's his mother.
Jean's your mother.
Yeah.
One thing after another, one each child after child born to Jean and Theron.
Well, she has 6, Dad. 6 children.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Dustin
Dusty?
now? Isn't he 13
I think
or
so.
14?
Something like that. I forget.
Oh,
Changes.
you forget, my goodness.
It changes
He's
every year.
13 or 14. Yeah, it does change every year. I think they just turned 14.
Yeah.
Dusty and Darren. Yeah. I think they just turned 14.
All right, I guess I'm ready to close up. If you want to just.
Okay. we just
Well,
wanna-
goodbye, Theron, and many more birthdays to come. I hope you'll enjoy them all.
Let's see.
Remember, we still love you and we'll do what we can to help you.
How old is he this year? Let's see. Frank is...
A little louder.
I'm trying to figure, Dad. how old Theron is. Is he 50?
No, I think he's older, 51 or
No,
52.
wait a minute. Frank was born in 1930, so he was 50 in 1980. So Theron's going to be 51.
Okay.
51. Or 52. Wait a minute. No, 51 because Frank will be 53 in May. So he'll be 51. Happy 51st birthday, son.
This is Dee Pollard, signing off. Thank you very much for joining us, and see you later.